like maybe a year to program, design, develop, bug test, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got that like last half of that 6 months out of that 2 year production time where you're doing TV spots, magazine ads, like internet ads at that point, like they're really trying to ramp it up, hype it up.
We gotta make money out of this. Not.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, that first game, this one, the production team was just like, well, this is it. This is your last shot.
You cannot fuck this up.
You cannot fuck this up. So the second one, obviously, I think Konami kind of let them breathe a little as a production team or a dev team, because they kind of realized, they were like, hey, these guys that we thought were losers, for lack of a better term, made a really good, successful game. So for the second one, I think they kind of eased up a little bit. And you can kind of tell, because like the cinematics are obviously better looking, but to me, better directed, if that makes sense. Like the cinematics they flow better.
Oh yeah. One thing I would always give Silent Hill 2 for is that, I would say, especially since it's one of those early ass games in the PS2. Imagine people thinking like, "Oh shit, this is what next gen hardware looks like back then." Doesn't?
Yeah, that game and Metal Gear Solid 2 specifically, I remember like those two games. Those two games being like the games that kind of defined that early PS2 era. Like just the smoothness, the way everything kind of flowed together. And even now, MGS2, a lot of people, if you're playing it on current gen consoles, which would be like PS5, Series X, PC, they don't have the pressure sensitive triggers, because PS2 controller did. So like you have an option to where you can draw your weapon and not fire.
Yeah,
so like, it just like depending on how hard you press the controller buttons. And Hunting Ground, if anybody listening, watching, if you're familiar with Hunting Ground, it was a Capcom game, very much in the vein of Silent Hill. But it kind of had a similar premise. Like the harder you pressed the trigger button, you would run, but you could like it fills up your, what is the health in that game? The panic meter faster.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of made it a game mechanic in that game specifically.
The fuck? No, I'm sorry. I just got really confused by the fucking...
the puzzle pieces we have here. So we've got a ball and a key.
Key card.
A key card. Oh, of course.
Well, technically, it wouldn't be called a key card. Wouldn't it be a card key? No, fuck. No. Ignore me. Leave me alone.
You're good, man. You're good. Spitballing here.
I really am.
Card with a key? No, because the key's on the card. Now we're getting into the semantics of the English language. It's terrible. Learn Japanese. That's my new thing. I've been like telling my daughter that instead of telling my kids to touch grass, I'll just be like, learn Japanese.
For out of like everybody's economy, like honestly, their economy is still fucking good.
Yeah, but dude, have you seen the thing like with their population? Like they're talking about like the Japanese population specifically in the country of Japan. Like,
oh yeah, we did. Didn't we talk about this yesterday?
Yesterday,
yeah, that the fact that
they haven't had a live birth in like
3 months.
3 months. Like they've only had like, what is it? A couple 100,000 people born, like since the beginning of the year.
They're
freaking out about it a little bit. I'm like, that is a scary concept, but I it's just odd to me to think like the Japanese culture, like as a whole, ever go like go away. That's just not ever gonna happen. I don't think. I
Hmm.
mean, eventually it will, obviously, in hundreds of years from now, or thousands, whatever.
Oh shit. Huh. Where do we need to go now?
I wonder what other odd references the design, like the dev team, used for like this game. Because I know, like you said, the kindergarten cop thing. I'd heard that. I wonder if like they're just like buying subscriptions of like American magazines and just like flipping through them and looking at like random pictures of stuff and being like, "Yep, Americans do that."
Yep, that's what they do. They eat chips and eat queso. Oh, what the fuck?
Speaking of chips, so Jessica watches this guy on YouTube where he does like these snack bags from like other countries.
Uh huh.
And the thing is, like, you can order the snacks that he like opens or whatever, like that he demos, and he'll send it to your house, like a delivery service.
Yeah.
And he was going over some of the stuff that they've got, like I think it was like from Korea, where they had like a Korean barbecue Takis, and I was just like, I did not know that that was something I needed in my life.
You had my ears perked up like a fucking dog. I'm like, what the fuck?
But again, why don't we have that here in the States? Why isn't that a thing?
Yeah, when you think about it, we're like the most unhealthiest fucking country. Why the fuck do they have exclusive shit that we do not have?
Right.
We're the U.S. of A. We get like everything. We get a little of everything, straight up.
Right.
There's straight up Asian markets.
Yeah.
There's straight up Hispanic markets, Asian markets. I haven't seen the Ethiopian or African ones yet here.
Around here, not so much.
I did see an Asian market in Huntsville, though.
Yes.
What's in here? Oh, there's a fucking key
Could
card.
that be the... And again, the imagery for this game, because like you're walking around this place and you're imagining, like obviously you see it, but I mean like everything is dirty, grimy, grungy. There's like random blood sprays all over everything. There's like these two assholes just hung up on the wall, just chilling, and it's like, yeah, this is a little fucked up.
Oh. Got the fucking picture card. Fuck y'all.
Nice.
Alright, now we gotta do something about that fucking pink ball.
This may be what I was thinking about, where you get the key out of the toilet. Is that this one? No. Yeah, it is in this one. Again, I apologize, people, because there's like, 8 mainline Silent Hill games?
I think so, yes.
Which technically Shattered Memories is like a rehash of this game, but we're not going to talk about that because that game was kind of trash.
But like, so out of like the ones that are not mainline, which is the better one? Which is the best like non-main entry one? Would you play through?
To me, 4, The Room, because it doesn't. I mean, it fits into like the story as a whole, but it's not necessary for like any of the other games. Which I guess technically all of the Western developed ones are like that because they're all self-contained.
Shit.
To me, the best non like canon, I guess, would be The Room. As far as being its own thing, because it does play a little differently than the first 3. The 3 Silent Hills before it, because I remember specifically the first-person view.
Mm-hmm.
The scenes in the apartment with the first-person view. I remember that being like really cool. Because again, we really hadn't seen that a lot in horror games specifically. Now, a lot of PC games like Doom obviously, like FPS, first person view, you need that HUD, like that setup. But like a horror game, much like this, over the shoulder, fixed camera angle, the environment is as much a part of setting up the dread of like, what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And they use, camera angles and stuff for that. But to me, first person is, if you're gonna have something that is very character driven, first person's good. But like this, like games like this, your environment is so much like a character on its own.
Of course it is. It's by far one of the biggest things about this.
So you kind of, like...
It's good shit out of me, actually. That actually did freak me the fuck out for a minute. I was like, God, fuck.
What just happened?
So turn off the fucking phones.
Cheryl!
She's dead, Drac.
Right.
Oh my. Okay.
It's not disturbing at all.
No, it's not. It's not fucking horrifying.
Totally normal.
It doesn't want to make me want to fucking cry inside.
Alright. So what about, I was thinking about this last night because I know I mentioned Alone in the Dark a lot and how both this, well, a lot of survival horror early on drew from Alone in the Dark. And then Resident Evil. But Resident Evil also pulled a lot from Sweet Home. Have you ever noticed how similar like Resident Evil Village is to this game specifically?
Yes.
Like I was thinking about it last night. I was like, wait a minute. So you're a dad. You're trapped in this place. You're looking for your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers for a 30-year-old game. You find out that she's dead already. And then you have to put her back together, well, air quotes, and then you get the happy ending. And it's like, which you don't, well, in one of the endings you do sacrifice yourself. So, it's very, like, it's kind of cool to go back with modern games, because Village isn't really that old.
And if you want to do another reference, he also has the same, like, colors.
Yeah, the same color scheme.
As fucking Ethan.
Yeah, again, blue jeans, jacket, same sort of background. They're not military trained guys. They're not cops.
Well, technically, Ethan does get the training in between 7 and 8. So yeah,
because him and Chris kind of talk about that a little bit with their back and forth.
You want to know what's fucking weird about me? I didn't realize how much of a big fan of Resident Evil I was until I started talking about it. Like, as in, like, I actually pointed out some things about the lore. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I don't do that.
Yeah, I get it. It's not weird because it's such a big chunk of, and survival horror games in general are a very niche market. Like there's a lot more of them now than there have been.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you talk about survival horror, Resident Evil is almost synonymous with that term because they kind of just took over the market of that very niche genre.
Yes, they did.
Now again, I can't do, like, I remember, like, horror games specifically, you had two main offshoots with PC, because very early on I was like a PC player. So you had like games like Owen Wilson's Haunted House, or what, Ultimate Haunted House, where it was like a point and click adventure.
Nice.
Sort of like Uninvited on the NES.
Was it a scary point and click adventure?
No,
at
it
least
was very goofy. It was very like Universal Monsters kind of design, and very cartoony.
Well, that's not bad though.
Almost like a Ralph Bakshi cartoon. like to be honest, less nudity, but yeah, same general feel.
Wait, what does the name sound familiar? What do you mean?
Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal.
He made Heavy Metal.
Best known. He did Heavy Metal, the Lord of the Rings cartoon, back, the one in the 70s. He was involved with that. Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
Oh shit! Hold on.
No, you're good. They can wait. But yeah, Ralph Bakshi, Fire and Ice.
I haven't really seen any of his stuff. Then I haven't even seen heavy metal because I always hear good things about heavy metal. I don't have a fucking shotgun, guys.
Right.
I don't have a shotgun. Why are you telling me I have to use a shotgun? Oh, look at that though. I got a fuck ton of ammo though.
I mean, you can like diving, dodging, or getting attacked by the diddies, which bastards. Okay, so we got a classroom, locker room, music room.
Do we still need to go? We can still go. Don't call me the deadlift for nothing. I'm sorry.
Right. Nah, you're good.
I had to get the joke out. That's jammed.
Now we have killer rats. Possibly. No, they're some kind of insect rat. Giant cockroaches.
Yep.
They have green blood or brown blood, I guess.
You could say brown blood.
It's very dark. This color scheme is very abrasive. Like I said, this whole game, like you just kind of feel the shift between, even though. Okay, that's disturbing.
Oh, feel that shit though.
Dude, okay, so the feedback from this controller is amazing.
Like, I've gotten so used to playing video games to the point where, like, I know what buttons to press, even if I don't see the actual controller I'm used to playing with.
Right. Is it a cat? Again? Definitely not a cat.
No, but you get that. You ain't get shit.
What? Got gypped.
Oh my
okay.
fuck.
Yep. So, that totally got me. I totally forgot about that. Does it have something?
There's a fucking library reserve key. Nice. Okay.
Getting shit done.
I'm actually, like, surprised I kind of sort of just know what to do, kind of, sort of, because I don't remember jack shit about this fucking game.
And that's
like,
why I say,
we said it more than once. We haven't played this game in years.
Yeah.
I haven't played this game like in 3 years. When was the last time you played? You said 10 years?
At least 10 years. The last time I played through this game was Halloween of 2013?
Holy shit.
Yeah, 2013. Because it's like when I lived in town on Catherine Street. So yeah, dude, like, it's been a minute. But like you said too, one thing I know I keep saying, like, you get lost, and the map is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But other than, like, the getting lost thing, the game kind of flows.
Yeah.
It's very intuitive. So it's not like too bad about being jarring with like the getting lost or trying to figure stuff out. Now the puzzles, on the other hand, are, to me, they're just like so obscure that it makes them difficult.
Really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm excited because, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I've only played through a little bit of 3 and played through all of 1. I've been still keeping myself absent of 2. Only because, not because of the remake, only because I really just feel like I wasn't, like, ready to experience it. Like, there's some games where you're like, okay, I'm gonna play this game now. Then you just kind of sort of don't remember the experience for it.
Right.
This game, the first game, this one specifically, Silent Hill 1, this is the game I remember a lot because I remember having a good time playing through it.
Right.
Even with the shitty controls aside, but you know, there's nothing. There's a drainage valve. Nothing unusual. Motherfucker, can I not fucking take that?
God, everything about this scene is unusual. Like crazy cult symbols drawn on the wall. You know, like chain link, barbed wire. You know, blood everywhere. It's totally normal.
I'm so weirded out by the PlayStation 1 now, technically, in technical aspects now. Because I gotta know.
Yeah, like what goes into, like, designing, developing, programming.
Well, that and also specifically, like, would it be considered like a 3D console more than anything? Or would you, like...
Yeah, I would say that the PlayStation kind of helped push that 3D technology.
It might sound dumb when I say it like that, but when I mean, like, would you remember it for being mostly 3D, or do you remember playing a lot of like 2D?
Yeah, I don't remember playing a lot of specifically